All right, welcome back. In this episode, we are going to do the hunter, get the hunter quest done. So in the last episode, we did the elixir well, and now we got the hunter quest and the alchemist quest. We're going to do the hunter quest first because we get the salt mine quest, which is near the alchemy quest. I want to talk about the quest guide. I think the improvements here in this patch have been absolutely amazing. And I want to talk about the map changes here, and I want to talk about the filter Mapmaker. So let's do that next, get that out of the way. All right, first J for journal. It tells us up in the right hand corner. We get to the journal. There's all sorts of things we can look at. We've got survivors, we've got where our bases are, starting base. We've named these, very important to name your altars, what's going on, and so on. What survivors are there, some general information. There's no farm animals available in Peaceful Acre. No kidding, I just started. Workshops, so you can check in on where you are in your workshop progress. So much going on here, but I want to talk about the world map. So what changed in this patch is now there is focus on quests versus side quests, these explanation marks. So when we hit M for going to map, we can go hit J from journal here or from anywhere. And it says that we've got 2 quests and 1 side quest. Let's look. So to focus on a quest that you want to do, it's going to tell you the quest you're tracking up here. So if you want to do the alchemy, you'll hit that and it'll show you the track quest. I really like that organization of the quest guide. And same with the side quest. So if we select this, we're tracking this side quest that's here. And then as far as completed quests, we're just starting. So we've done 7 quests. We've done 3, the flame related quest, and we've done 3 for Oswald, our blacksmith. So those are completed. And then when we were headed to Peaceful Acres, we discovered the scavenger camp with mineshaft. Again, it's important to read the notes. It triggers some of these quests, if not all of them. I'll check that as we're going through. What else do I want to show you? F is not always available, but if you hit F while you're on a selected quest, it's going to take you right to where it is. You can zoom out as far as you can. And if you've got what's the closest point you can get to a particular quest. So makes it really fast to evolve through the quest. And let's go back. We're going to do the hunter, hit the space bar. We've got focus on it. Tells me what quest we're tracking. And yeah, so let's get to what we're going to do there. This all just makes it easy when you're returning to the game. Maybe you're playing other games and your mind hasn't gone on oh, what am I doing next? So hitting quests is, oh, I'm tracking the hunter becomes the hunted quest. And as long as you haven't disturbed that, that one's up next. Let's show this on the map. Here we go, and it is highlighted and blinking, and you can look for what the closest point to start is, and of course it's going to be from the Springlands fast travel. You can select that and you can fast travel right to that particular starting point. All right, we've arrived at Springlands fast travel. We're right here, Ancient Spire. Always make sure that you just approach this to set it as a return point, and if you die, you're going to come back here. Otherwise, you're going to end up wherever your last altar visit was. And go there, and then you got to port back. That's not a problem. What I want to do is go to map, and then you can see as you're starting to go, you're exposing many things that are in the map, and it can start to get very messy as you're discovering the world. If you come up here and select filter map, or hit 2, you see that, hit 2, you can bring up the filter the map. And what you can do is say, hey, I want to see all my altars in the world. We're going to go ahead and select that. We're going to hit F. So now we're seeing I only have the original Cinder Vault, and then starting base, and then we have an altar here at Peaceful Acres. Let's say I want to see other things. Like, for example, I want to see obelisk. So you see we've only discovered 1 obelisk. here on the map. I want to see ancient spires. So you can see here we just have the one that we've discovered. So this will become more important as you have more maps. But the most important thing is quests. Now this seems to be broken right now. Let me hit 2 again. If I select quests and I'm supposed to be filtering on this particular item, I'm not seeing it show up. So I'll check that out later on and see if that's a bug. Either one, it is because it's in a fog and I'm not seeing it, but I should see it. We'll see as we're going forward. All right, we are currently tracking Hunter Becomes. You can see on the compass it's 715 meters away. We have double jump. We're going to go up a little higher because we just have a basic, glider. All right, so we can see the terrain here that we've got to traverse, and our flight path, let me go to bow, is going to be, we're going to try to land as far as we can, go down here. Looks like we've got a ravine to jump over, and then along the way we're going to pick up a flame shrine for another spark, and you can see a pond out there, so there's a water source right there. There's a lot of cool stuff on the way. So we don't have updraft yet, and here we go. We're just going to go as far as we can. Now I'm not going to record all of this, I don't think. Probably just speed through it. But as you're going forward, I have, let's go to settings, display. I have small foliage set to quality. I can go all the way down to off, which is where I like to be, or you can go to quality and see everything. I'm going to go to off. But either way, you start to see the trees and stuff show up. Missed me. Oops. Get over to my... Missed me. Didn't miss me. So I remember rats. Well, maybe I'm thinking another, but not doggy. So that seems to be a change. All right, watch our stamina before we go over this ravine. So we're going to try to get across this. So double jump. Yeah, we don't want to fall on that. So we can make it over. I'm hearing more wolves. Wolves are more deadlier than rats. All right, so here we go. We got a spark. Let's go to map. All right, we got filter on. Let's turn filter off. And there we go. I like to put a flag here to show all of the sparks I'm visiting so that if I'm getting the achievement. Okay, this has changed. They put some VUCA in front of us. Ooh, fun stuff. So we got to deal with VUCA right off the get-go. Fire works great on these. He's a healer. Always take the healers out first. Throw spears, so side to side. There we go. We got 3. They're level 3. This is adding some excitement to the game. Yeah, thanks very much. Nah, not really. I'm down the stairs. The sun's going down, sets in the southeast, so we know it's going to be night soon. And we got a pond. Now, I like to use water source. It's up to you how you want to use your icons on your map. But I'm going to hit M, C for center, zoom in. So evidently I have a water source right here. I'm going to create a marker. It's not a good fishing hole. And I like to use this teal color, if you will, to say, hey, I've got a water source here, but it's not a good fishing hole, right? And then I use the other icon for fish if it's a good fishing hole. All right, so we're going to kill these VUCA, get some resources, and then we're going to head up to the Hunter Vault. All right, VUCA is down. We're going to go in here. Make sure you're grabbing all the fur. We need all the fur we can. We get the Hunter, we get the drying rack, we get salt, and yeah, we can start making better stuff. All right, go through the searchables. Make sure you're collecting. More fur. Used to be fur over here. It's not there anymore. Wasn't there in Wake of the Water either. Okay. Now we're gonna head out. Watch your stamina and head up the stairs. See what changed here. All right, we did pick up a legendary short sword. I actually want to keep my tainted axe. It's 614 versus 814. This is a great melee weapon for a start. You got piercing damage, you got some cutting damage to start, but you have health leech. So I want to check this out because in the beginning, before I can start getting better magic gear, although I got lucky and started out with a fire wand. And, you know, this may be a good starting weapon. It just depends if we get anything better. Most important thing, it's got a gem slot on it, right? So, yeah, that's not gonna, it's gonna be a little bit before we get a gem. And to using this, we'll see if they change anything in game. The other thing is you got to invest in it to pick up these benefits. So this is better for me. Easy, it's pretty common. It's a rare, but it's pretty common axe layout. Cutting damage is what I'm after, and I'm not getting any. I'm getting 14 cutting damage there. I already have 14 cutting damage here. Plus, I'm getting more cutting damage, which I like to have when I'm going through villages and breaking up stuff, which we're going to see a little bit later on. I got another short sword off the Vuka. I'm going to go ahead and salvage that one. I'm going to hang on to this one a little bit here and see if I get any better melee weapon as we're going forward. All right, so now let's head in. All right, it is getting dark, and what I don't want to be discovering new territory in the dark, so we're going to hit V. We're going to create an altar. We're going to hit B. We're going to place the altar. So go here. Not enough space. I can set it right here. Now, again, always name your altars. You're going to get some out there. I'm just going to call this step 1. It just reminds me, hey, this is a step in the game. So when I'm on the map, hit C, I can see, oh, okay, this is step 1. I need to do that one. Maybe you've got another altar because you've been out. I only have one more altar. I like to keep 2 active altars. But yeah, that's just an FYI. All right, it is morning. We're going to hit M for map. We're going to use people and places so we can quickly get to our altars that we have set up. Click it again and fast travel. All right, we're at step 1, altar, and we're heading in. Now, I might just deactivate this now. If there's some reason once you're done with a particular quest item or vault, that you just go back out to the step and start from there. Let's grab the blueberries or berries that are here. There's a lot of them. And I am hearing a Vuka. But I'm getting ready to get attacked. Okay, we're going to grab this. Searchable. Yes, searchable. Brown chest. Good stuff. I can't range him. Oh yeah, I can. Side to side. I throw stones and spears. Is there another one down here? Oh, yep, there is. There is. I'm gonna throw stone. Sling. Love the fire wand, does damage. Ice wand doesn't. Allegedly slows them down, doesn't slow them down. Any more searchables? All right, not much changed here. The chest was always there. A couple of Vuka. All right, so now we're gonna head in. Watch for the traps that are in the ground. Let's go in here and grab the fat loots, huh? We got fur. Grab all the fur you can. As soon as we get the salt and get the drying rack, yeah, we're going to start making better stuff. All right, good enough for now. I'm not going to go up there. We're going to head on in and get the hunter. All right, this is a fun vault. Get to do a lot of parkour. You can time these. Just don't let them hit you. They do a ton of damage. So we got a button up here, and what we're trying to do is get these buttons, 2 more buttons, so we can get a gold chest, right? So we got a button there, we got a button in here. Push that one, and unfortunately we can't shoot that one. Let's see if they changed anything. Nope, you can't shoot it, you got to jump across. So let me see if I can do this the first time, all right? So the idea is to hit that, go to the right or the left. I always go to the right, or try to climb the grate. So you got to stick to the grate, climb it, and get up there. Let's see if we can do this, right? Okay, so here we go. Sprint jump, hit it, and hit it the first time. Got lucky. All right, there we go. You can swim back across or just glide. Alright, and then we've got all 3 buttons and a gold chest. What do we get? I'm not playing two-handed. That's a pretty nice get. Kind of a common one. Alright, spin across. And you can go up to the right or the left. Climb up. Either way, you're going to get into the vault. Alright, let's open this. Gates here. Nothing out here. We don't care because this is not where we're going. All right. I don't think, let's see, did they add anybody? Nope, there's no mobs in here. You can go right and grab the hunter. Avalanche. All right, so don't go running out. We're going to climb up here, grab this hook, go in here, be very careful, jump across, climb this. Go to the right, and silver chest. There we go. What do we get? Check it out later. It wasn't legendary. All right, we're going to jump up here, and yeah, we're going to actually start heading towards Low Meadows Spire. Not right away in this episode. What we're going to do is go down to a camp for another silver chest down there. Another quest trigger, and then we're going to set an altar by this tower where there's a gold chest, right? So yeah, here we go. Just jump, glide around straight down. Oh yeah, we're also going to pick up a night sanctum. You know what? I might put my altar here next to the night sanctum, so the next time it turns night, I can just quickly get over here. Matter of fact, let's glide over to the night sanctum. Boom! Our first night sanctum discovery on the map. C for center. Here we go. All right. So essentially, we went from Springlands to the vault. We found a pond. We picked up a flame shrine. We killed some Vuka. And then we climbed the vault and we jumped down here to the love letter to Queen Jasmina. Starts all of this line here, the Southern Caravan quest. But let's get in there and read everything. Let's grab the silver chest. Ooh. Poison resistance. No health leech. Still pretty nice. Right? Read. So essentially, when you're reading this lore, this is from Queen Jasmina, it's just triggering, telling you what you've done, triggering the caravan quest line, and all of that fun stuff. So this is you're going to read, this is Noble in History, this is the Southern Caravan quest line, and this happens to be the objective or letter or note within the Southern Caravan. All right, so I'm not going to read all of these. Again, I've got in-depth notes on what all of them mean. Now, I break all of this stuff. Not going to do this on camera. Brown chest. Cool. Place to sleep if it was turning night. But we are going to be doing the night sanctum. If it was night, we wouldn't be sleeping. But, you know, if you come out, it's still night. There you go. You can turn it day. All right, cool. So next what we're going to do is I said I was going to drop an altar. Drop the altar away from the camp. Maybe when you come back here, this silver chest will be here for you. Respawn, maybe not. Depends how fast you're going. But we're going to drop this here. We're going to name it. Hit F. Night Sanctum. Night Sanctum. As soon as my fingers work. There we go. All right. So now we've got that. All right. All right. We're going to head to our next point of interest before we wrap up the game. So I'm using 3 of my 4 altars. All right. So you always want to have one up, and we're getting ready to use the 4th one as our stopping point in this episode. So always keep count. When I'm traveling, I try to keep 2 for what I call stepping across the map. So we're going to jump up here, double jumps, working nicely. You can, they removed it. Used to be a camp down there. There's no longer there. All right, no problem. Just a great place to get resources. Is there a return beacon? Yep, there's a return beacon over there. In case you didn't set an altar and you die. All right, and we're gonna run down the road, see what's changed. Whether I keep this in the record. Wow, all of this has changed. This looks cool. They add anything on the way? It used to be a path down to this tower. Okay, careful. Oh, interesting. All right. This is all changed. Can I still get to that? Where's the bridge going in? It's over here. If you get too close, you actually trigger a mob up top. Ooh, they added kind of some chains on a drawbridge. Very interesting. All right, I'm not seeing a mob up there, but it may be just because of the sun. What I'm going to do is shoot up here. No, not seeing them. Usually it'll bomb you from the top there. Still not seeing them. Also these mobs, oh, there we go. Level 3. Oh, now he pops up and he's going to shoot me. Really? Pull him back, watch for his swing. I need to start investing, salvage some of this stuff. All right, there used to be a dog in here. This looks a lot prettier. Well, more refined. Where's the dog? Okay, close quarter combat. Ooh, I want. No, I don't. So, break, silver chest. Don't need it. Not hearing the dog. I break all of this. Break resources. I used to set a altar outside of this and farm this gold chest that's in here. As well as this silver chest. I'm not hearing or seeing the doggy, so enough stuff. Ooh, interesting. Up here. Not much changed here. Not much change here. Place to sleep if it's getting dark. Not much changed here. Alright, still have the grappling hook. Let's loot this corpse. Go in here, open the door. Elusive purple. This is just a general quest line or lore line, what the world keeps hidden. I still really haven't figured this out. Let's see if they change anything. See, grab this. Nothing. Used to be something here that you selected that is back but didn't change. So used to be you could craft something or make something. Anyway, gold chest. Ice one. Oh man. Yeah, go ahead and take it. I need the ruins. Or what you can do, because we're going to Low Meadows, in one of the episodes that's coming up. You can come up here, back up to the top where we were, either from the gold chest or whatever. And yeah, break a window. All right, go to pick. All right, out the window. Start heading towards that. There is a fossil down here. I am going to, yeah, why not? I'm spending more time than I wanted to spend doing this, but I want to see what's changed. So up here, kind of a mining point. Go up this right here for flintstone, but I wouldn't do this. And we're going to grab our first fossil. So it's going to kick off a fossil quest. And then from here, you got the carpenter that's over there. We're going to do that after the farmer, cross this bridge and start heading to Low Meadows, all right? In our next episode, we're doing the Alchemist. So show on the map, right here. Currently we're sitting right here by this tower. We just did the Hunter. And yeah, we're going to do an elixir well, and then we're going to head over to grab the Alchemist. But we're also going to pick up, after we turn in the Hunter, we're going to pick up a salt mine quest. So let's go turn in the Hunter now. All right, we're back at base. We have our summoning wand. We're going to hit tab. We're going to go over to the Hunter, and we're going to put the Hunter here. Base is getting tight. We need to make a decision on whether I'm going to Peaceful Acres or not. As early, but I got to get a lot of stone up to make defense for the night. Now we're going to roll the mouse button to get roaming range to 0, because I don't like my primary NPC. I don't like any of my survivors or NPCs running around. I like to keep them where they are. All right, we need to craft a bed. So crude mattress, string, torn cloth, and plant fiber, just like the one we made here. Let's go ahead and craft that. Here we go. Craft that. Oh, I wanted to see whether it would go into an empty slot. Put it here, because I still need the summoning wand. All right, so we're going to roll to the bed. I'm going to put this bed here. I'm running out of space. So either got to expand this base temporarily or head to Peaceful Acres. All right, we're going to roll out of the legendary weapon. The summoning wand. And yeah, surviving together. So quest, very nice. I love the icons now. It's kind of give us an idea. Hit space to quickly go through it if you're reading. So settle down, grow crops, talk about the farmer. And yeah, we need to do that. So find the salt is what we're looking for. This is a side quest. All right, so this is going to put salt mine on the map for us. All right, craft. We want to craft a drying rack. We need string and wood logs. Now, there's no point of crafting it right now, because in order to turn our fur into dried fur, we need salt. But we have a little bit of salt here, I think. So 119 we've gotten so far in the map. So yeah, that might be a deal. So growing together, that quest just popped for us. Thank you very much, Hunter. And yeah, new location, which is a salt mine on here. So, but we are going to do the Alchemist. But there's the salt mine. Right, so we'll pick that up on the way to the Alchemist. All right, what was I doing? What else did I need? Let's go over here. I need to pin this. I need wood logs, not a problem. Wood logs, grab those, grab this, hit space, grab that. Forgot to do it. Oh, it did. It went right into an empty slot. All right, we're just going to put this right here. I'm getting a little tight on space, so you can set it in. It's going to stick out the other side, but I'm not worried about that. All right, that's good enough right there. All right, so then we put in our salt. And we put in our fur. Let me go back over here and grab all our fur. We're going to grab all of our fur and start drying fur. Now, the first default item is dried berries, right? So you could put your berries in here and it'll start drying them. This is good for other crafting, but the raw berries, which I'm taking it back, I don't need to be crafting berries, dried berries right now. I need dried fur. That's what I want. So we're able to make 38, and it's 1 per turn. So that's a good start, right? So you want to change, you can change. You want to stop, you can stop, but then you got to restart the timer, all right? So, yep, that's going to do it. I got this rock. Did I not pick that up? Huh, interesting. Thought I picked that up early in the game. If that's respawning on an altar, that's not a good sign. Anyways, we got the hunter. That was the objective of the game. We found some other cool stuff along the way. We picked up some weapons we can salvage. And yeah, in the next episode, we're going to go get the Alchemist. So until then, happy gaming!